to the Dawg House. Today we're taking a closer look at something you've probably seen around campus, but might not realize how much work goes into it. The BARC, Grant Student Publication. From writing and editing to layout and design, it takes a team of passionate, creative students to bring each issue to life. In this episode, we're sitting down with the editors-in-chief to talk about what it's like to lead a publication, how a story makes it from pitch to print, and many ways students can get involved, whether they're writers, photographers, designers, or just curious storytellers. If you ever wonder what goes on behind the pages, this is your all-access pass. Let's get into it. Well, welcome back to the Dawg House. I am your host, Noah Patrick, and these are my two co-hosts.
Ganelle12.
And Izzy Ellington.
Welcome to the Dawg House podcast, journalism / the BARC. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Brisa.
I'm Dakota.
Awesome. And what are your roles in the BARC, or journalism?
So Dakota and I share a dual role where we're both editor-in-chief.
Why is there two?
I think it was just to help out the new teacher. Our journalism teacher from last year had dropped her position, so now we have a new leader.
Gotcha.
What's that experience been like with the new teacher?
I'd say Gruber's been pretty relaxed, so...
Yeah, she's kind of learning with the rest of us.
What is your role as editors?
So what we do is we have section editors that edit certain things. We have a features editor, a news editor, and a sports editor. After they go through and read the articles that are written and edit them, we go through and proofread them. Afterwards, we put everything into a word count, and then we put them into pages.
So you guys are like, so there's like the little henchmen, and you guys are like up here. You're like the president.
All right.
You guys are like president of the company,
Yeah.
and then like the other editors are just like, you're like little workers. Because they
Let them cook.
They do the groundwork, and you guys just make sure it's good.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm just making sure the viewers know, so they have like a real understanding of what is going on.
I wouldn't call them our workers, though.
You don't have to call them.
It's more like a tier of communication.
Like they're your colleagues, but you know,
Yeah.
they really work for you.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway.
Okay, so what is the process like of when you produce one of your issues?
So we have a thing called a print budget where we kind of separate our stories from like news, features, sports, and like our editorial. And we separate them like that, and we have people go in and choose the stories they're most interested in. And once they start writing, it takes about, I want to say...
I'd say 2 weeks to solidify each draft.
Yeah, and we go through, and like Dakota said, we proofread. And then once we get to that point, we kind of, roll with it.
Put them in the layouts.
Yeah, put them in the layout.
We have layouts being made as our articles are being written, so that way once our articles are done, we can just put the words into the made page.
So do you guys write pieces in the BARC or no?
We do. We write the editor letters for every issue, and then we have the choice to write or not.
So what is an example of something you've written in the past? Maybe we have an example here in one of our bins.
We probably do.
There's probably one over there.
Well, both of us have written an editorial before, which is like the main article, which kind of sums up the idea of the whole magazine. Which is like...
It just sets the theme for what the magazine's all about.
Is it different every time?
It is.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It's different every time and written by a new person.
How do you decide what the focus is or what the editorial is going to be about?
So for this year, we based it on decades, and we would pull a major issue from each decade. Like, I think, can we spoil what we're working on this issue?
Give a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
So this issue is the Y2K, and our editorial is the Y2K scare.
Which I wrote.
She did.
Okay, Brisa.
What's been your favorite thing that you've written?
Oh.
I don't know. I think My personal favorite might be the sports spotlight I wrote this year. I think it's just been my most produced or like well written.
Who was it about?
Anthony Cosa.
For football, I presume.
Yes. It was back in first issue.
Yeah, I've written a lot, and I don't think I could pick one. I think my writing's pretty.
They were just all good.
Yeah, they're all just really good.
What can she say?
Yeah.
She's just humble like that, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shift towards Brisa. State experience last year. How was it?
That was that was exciting. I got to go with Izzy actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, it was very
You
fun.
have 2 state qualifiers in the room. What are the odds of that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was a unique experience. We got to go on a college campus.
What college?
ISU.
No, it was like.
Oh, it was right
Heartland.
next to ISU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heartland Community College.
Oh.
And their campus is pretty big for being a community college. It was crazy to see like the different schools that qualified and the like the things that they bring with them. Like I swear some of them had like huge TVs that they brought with them and mics that were like something that we don't have. And I was like, that's crazy. It was very nerve-wracking walking into a room with like the people competing against you, obviously. And I mean that didn't throw me off track, but but you know, it was great.
What was the process of like qualifying for state? Like, how do you get to that point?
So actually, we just went through our sectionals. We go through the IHSA website, and there's different categories that you can compete in, and you know, they send you an email, and you go through the process. It's timed. We get an hour and a half. Yeah. So.
What do you do?
As in.
Like how did
Like, what did you compete in?
Oh, I competed in headline writing.
And that is.
Writing headlines.
Just
Give him a second.
Just making sure the crowd knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I feel like this is starting to become for
So
you.
it's like writing is the
Writing
process of writing
headlines.
Don't make me ask what a headline is, Brisa.
Dakota, did you compete in sectionals this year?
I did. I competed in copy editing this year.
Oh, it's cool.
And what is that?
Copy editing is where I'm given, I think it was 4 articles this year, and I have to AP style edit each one of them. AP not meaning advanced placement, but Associated Press.
What
So
does
like
that mean?
it's like how New York Times writes, but it's the way I had to edit.
Gotcha. When do you find out about qualifiers for this year? Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
Did you both compete in sectionals this year?
We
Again?
We did.
That is awesome. Same categories this or no?
Mine was the same, yeah.
Mine was copy editing. I did infographics freshman year, copy editing sophomore, and then copy editing this year.
Does everybody compete for sectionals at journalism?
No. We select a few students that we think would succeed that expectation.
And you were selected as one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yes, I was. Yes.
It's great. So fun.
Why join journalism? You know?
It's a creative outlet, and you meet a lot of new people, and you kind of get to explore like the ends of the school.
You make a lot of connections within journalism. There's a lot of people I know now that I wouldn't have known if I didn't do journalism, especially through the interview processes and photo shoots.
Do you plan on doing something with journalism in college?
I do. I'm going into communications and journalism and studying sports broadcasting.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I do not. I'm doing sociology and anthropology at ISU.
Awesome.
Great.
Oh, I'm also going to ISU. What are the odds? You know what? He's going to ISU.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? You know, greatness is in this room, guys, and we can just feel it brewing all around us. You know, great futures. Been on the lookout for everyone here. So, one more question. What would you tell someone if they were thinking about doing journalism? You know, they're on the fence, you know, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? What would you guys say to convince them?
Do it. There's
You know what?
there's a lot of things that you can do that are gonna fit your interests. Like if you think you're going into journalism just to write, you're not. You can go in for photos, you can go in for media, you can go in for writing, you can go in for online stuff. You can do literally anything. It just all depends on your personal preferences.
Yeah. I would definitely just say, like, yeah, do it, honestly. If you're on the fence, it's something that you can explore, and if you don't enjoy it, I mean, you have time.
You're trying to figure out what
Yeah.
you really enjoy.
Yeah.
Because it's such a broad topic that there's going to be something that you do like.
Exactly.
And do you have to compete? Or is
No.
Okay.
So what we did was we went through and we picked the people we felt were strongest for the categories that we had.
How many categories are there?
Between 10 and 15.
How many people like are in journalism as of now? Like about how many people?
We have 2 class periods that range from, I think, 10 to 20 people.
Yeah.
Are you guys in different class periods or the same one?
We are in different class periods.
Gotcha. Actually, that provokes another question. So, being in different class periods, how do you guys work well together? Like, how do you communicate? How do you keep an open line of communication, being in different class periods, having the same class different times a day, and working with 2 different groups of people?
I feel like it's hard for the writers with communication with other photographers and say her class as a writer and my class as a photographer. That's a little difficult. However, I feel if they went to Brisa, talked to Brisa about it, and then Brisa came to me and I talked to my kids about it, it's a lot easier to communicate.
I also have Red Zone during my 10th period, which is the period that Dakota has. So I go in there sometimes and
Work with them.
yeah.
That makes it a lot easier, you know.
It does.
It seems to not be so challenging when you put it like that.
How'd you manage journalism with other activities that you're involved in?
Well, journalism, I mean, I only focus on journalism like during school, and then after school I go to my activities, and then right after that I'm always checking on articles. So the print budget keeps it very organized and helpful resource.
Gosh, this conversation just makes me wish I had joined journalism.
Don't know why you didn't.
I feel like you would have been good on the...
I'm a creative guy, so you know I would have probably enjoyed it, you know, but nothing I can do. So, well, it has been great talking to you guys. Thanks for coming on the Dawg House podcast. Good luck at sectionals, and if you guys hopefully make state. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A big thanks to our editors-in-chief for giving us an inside look at the Bark. It's clear that this publication is more than just articles. It's a platform for student voices, creativity, and collaboration. Whether you're interested in writing, photography, design, or even leadership, journalism has a place for you, and the Bark is the perfect way to jump in. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Dawg House. We'll see you next time with more stories from our Bulldog community. Go Dogs!